So one of the things that I wanted to stress for child welfare services, if you want to get through part of it successfully, is to documentate everything. And I'm talking have 2 to 3 copies of everything, because what I have learned is that, say for example, if you are told to go to a parenting class and you do the whole thing and you are very successful at it, they give you a certificate. That is wonderful. That is good. A social worker is required to give that information to the judge. My personal experience, what I've seen with other people and myself, is sometimes that magically, I'm using bunny fingers, does not happen. It doesn't go to the judge. What saves your ass is when you bring that certificate, or your lawyer brings that certificate to the judge, because then the judge is like, okay, hey, you did a great job. Most judges are like, awesome, great job, mom or dad, you completed that program, here's your certificate. What else do you have on the list? They appreciate you bringing that, because it shows that you're keeping records and documentation of everything. When you go to any other time, if you have somebody coming to your house, say for example, if there is a social worker coming to your house, what you need to do is you need to have a witness with you. In my personal opinion, what I'd like for you to do, if it were me, have a relative with you, have a friend with you. I say this because often sometimes, and once again, I'm going to say this is my opinion, but it's my experience, is that what you'll see is that sometimes things are written down that didn't happen. They'll say, oh, this person said this, and in reality it never happened. They'll say the house was a mess when I showed up. No, it wasn't. So here's what you do. You take a picture of the house when you know there's a scheduled meeting. And after they leave, you take a picture. You document every single thing that happens. Now, if you have an unscheduled visit, that's different. You can still take a picture right before they show up, just in case. Because what you need to understand is that sometimes what we know and what I was taught in the field, and they'll deny it, they will embellish stuff, because if they feel that you need services, they're going to deny it. Or they feel that they'll deny it. So they'll embellish stuff to make sure that you'll get the services that you need, because sometimes families need help and sometimes they just don't. Sometimes things are exaggerated in the school system or wherever. Sometimes you have people that don't like you, neighbors that don't like you, or relatives or whoever, they just don't like you, and there's false reports all the time. Most of the calls are false reports. If you actually go to the educational system of social work, it teaches you that nearly all the calls are false, and that's just something that you learn. So it's felt that, well, you know, by some, and when I was in the program, I talked to some people, they said, yeah, I'll lie. No, this wasn't all, but this was something like, yeah, I'll embellish. If I feel like I can get that kid some services, I have no problem doing that. Now, to the average person, that sounds horrific, but there are some people that'll do that. You know, when I was in there, you know, it seemed magically, even for the people that were helping me, we couldn't understand why a document was missing. So we'd have to bring it and say, hey, wait a second, we missed it. Oh, it got lost. What you can do is you can call their supervisor, turn them in and go to another supervisor. You have rights to do that. But the best thing that I can tell you right now is keep 2 to 3 documents of everything, or copies of all the documents, I should say. And make sure when you go to court that you have 1 or 2 copies of that document in case your lawyer needs it or you need it and then the judge wants a copy of it, because sometimes, like I said, they'll ask for it. Because do not guarantee that a social worker will bring it with them. When they visit your house, make sure you take a picture of the inside of the house before they step in that door. Take a picture of the outside, and have somebody, a friend or a family member, with you when they're visiting you. Okay, do not deny them entry when they want to see the children. I've learned that from personal experience, because what they'll say is, oh, she wouldn't let me in the house, so they should take the kids away because, oh, they're aggressive towards me. This bullshit, it never happens. They will say that. Expect them to say that. So this is ways that you can actually beat it, by having witnesses with you. Because if you have a witness with you every single time, or the majority of the time, it's going to show that you, number 1, are a sociable person. Number 2, you have somebody to back you up, saying, hey, this never happened. And if you have to, you can ask if they come with you. When you start getting smart, you can slowly beat the system because it shows that you're intelligent and you're keeping copies of everything. And I'm half distracted. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for my daughter to get out of school. So if I'm looking the other way, she's coming. So I'm trying to remember it. But that's the most important thing that I want to tell people for my first, one of the first videos of CWS, because document. And so many times I would watch families go in there and they didn't have copies, and social worker would be like, well, they didn't do this. In reality, they did. If they had copies of the certificate that they left at home, and it all happens, it would have helped tremendously. And so, you know, the biggest thing that I can do is just say, please have stuff with you. Do not trust anyone or anything. Halfway, don't trust yourself. But if you do this, bring a folder, put it somewhere safe, and I promise you that it will make your life easier. And I've learned this the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So this comes from sweat and blood. So please keep copies of everything, and it will help you tremendously later. And it is what it is. And if you can have somebody with you that supports you through the whole thing, and if they have copies of everything, that will help tremendously. And if they report you to any type of program, go have a call log or a logbook with you. Have a call log if they call you. Log everything, document everything. Document. That's what I can stress. It will help you and save your life. And I think my daughter's coming, so I won't be half as distracted. All right, bye-bye.